On this lesson, you were told to find the distance between these 2 points. Now, there is an equation, a distance equation. I should have typed it instead of writing it, but the distance equation is the distance between 2 points is the square, and this looks way scary, but I promise it's not. x1 minus x2 plus squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. I know that's written terribly. I should have typed it. But this equation you need to memorize. It's the distance equation. It's the square root x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Now here's the thing. This looks ridiculous, but here's what I need to remember. In my ordered pairs, I have my first ordered pair. I have my second ordered pair. And every ordered pair is written in the order of x, y. So these numbers are x1, y1. Okay, let me clean that up real quick. So the first set becomes my x1, y1 value. My second set becomes x2, y2. So let me fill this in. The distance is, under my radical sign, x1 minus x2. Here is my first set, x1. Here's my second set, x2. So x1 is negative 3. x2 is 1 squared plus, my line's not big enough, y1 minus y2. Well, let me use a different color. Here's my first set with y. Here's my second set of y. So y1 is 4 minus y2 is 7, and I'm going to square that. Now don't freak out because this looks like a lot of stuff. We're going to just keep working our way down. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4 squared plus 4 minus 7 is negative 3 squared. Now I'm going to just keep solving. Negative 4 squared is 16. Negative 3 squared is 9. Let me keep working up here. 16 plus 9 is 25. So the distance is the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is 5. So the distance between those 2 points is 5. So just remember, this is your equation. Your first set becomes x and y1. Your second set becomes x and y2. The second concept you're asked to do is to find the midpoint. So the first one wants to know how many spaces there are between the 2 points on your line. This one is asking you what is the exact midpoint, and there's another equation that you need to memorize. Your book writes it kind of in an intimidating way, and it writes it like this: x1 plus x2 over 2 comma y1 plus y2 over 2 comma. Basically, your x value is found using this equation. Your y, that's not a y. Your y value is found using this equation. So, same concept. This is my first set. This is my second set. And this is x and y, x and y. So to solve for x, let's solve for x first. I'm going to use this equation, x1, which in this case is 5, plus x2, which is negative 4, over 2. 5 plus negative 4 is 1 over 2. Now let's find our y value. y1 is 2. y2 is 0 over 2. So then my value for y becomes 2 over 2, which is 1. So then my point is x is 1/2, y is 1. And that is the format that your answer needs to be in. So you're going to use this for your x value, this for your y value, and just remember your first set are x and y 1, your second set is x and y 2. So let's reiterate. If you are asked to find the distance between 2 points, you're going to use the distance equation, which is the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. And it looks scary, but just plug those values in. Remember, when you were giving a set of coordinates, your first set becomes x1, y1. Your second set becomes x2, y2. If you are asked to find the midpoint, you're going to find your x coordinate with this equation or formula, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. You're going to find your y coordinate by doing y1 plus y2 over 2. And if you will sort of mark these two equations, distance equation, midpoint equation, and remember x1, y1, x2, y2, you should be good to go.